Welcome to 12 to Your Health. I'm Dr. Derek DeSilva. Well, do you suffer from anxiety? What if you didn't have to turn to conventional drugs to see some relief? Healthcare expert Amy Cohen is here to talk about the special power of flowers. Amy is a practitioner of emotional health at Strongest Minds, LLC. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
So, flowers, remedies, tell me about them. Why are they so good?
They are so powerful. The earth has given us everything we need, really, for our healing, to take care of us, to shelter, for food, and flowers are very powerful in their healing. And I found that out through my own trauma. At first I thought it was crazy, but then when I started to use them and my doctor made me a blend, it was incredible.
What about anxiety? You know, everybody
Yes.
and their grandmother suffers from some type of anxiety. Do we have things that we can use for anxiety?
Yes, we have great remedies that we could use for anxiety. And when blended together based on your own specific needs, they will work fantastic for you.
So blended together, it's just a combination? They have different mechanisms of action? Why do you need to blend them?
Yes, because every plant has its own healing purpose. So if you take something if you struggle with fears, if you take something for inner turmoil, if you take something for basic anxiety, they all work different, but combined for your personal issues, they help you beautifully.
So we just had a full screen up on what they are. Scottish primrose. Can you talk about these? Scottish primrose,
Yeah.
daisy, dog rose? Let's start with those three.
Yes, so Scottish primrose, when we struggle with anxiety, many of us, not all of us because our symptoms are very personal, struggle with fear of driving, fear of leaving the house, any kind of fears. And Scottish primrose helps to relieve and calm those fears.
Mm-hmm. And what about the daisy?
So daisy is about the inner turmoil that you feel all the time when you wake up in the morning and you just don't feel good.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that helps with. It helps to calm.
Dog rose?
So also a lot of people,
I mean, dogs in general are good for you, but dog rose, okay.
Yeah, I know, it's a funny name, but actually that talks about all the mayhem that's going on around you. When we struggle with anxiety, going to the store, shopping, all the people there, going to school, just being around other people, and if there's things going on, it shuts you down.
And what about, am I saying this right, crowea?
Yeah, crowea. That's about stomach issues. So many of us struggle with stomach issues.
Digestive problems, you mean?
Yes, or stomach aches, digestive problems, because we are worriers. And that helps the chronic worry. It helps you to calm from thinking about all the crazy things that you worry about all the time that are not necessary.
Okay. Now, by the way, these are not something you drink, correct? This is something you put on?
These are plant extracts, so that come from all over the world, and there's many different
How do you
ways
put
you
them
could
on?
use
Do you
them.
put them on your skin?
You could put them on your skin. You could spray it around you. I
Okay.
take them orally. I give it to my family orally as well.
Super. Thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
And here's what we're working on for next week. And remember, you can catch 12 to Your Health every Saturday and Sunday at 15 minutes past the hour, starting at 6 a.m. And if you have any health questions you'd like to ask, email them to me at 12toyourhealth@news12.com or head over to my Facebook page and post your question there. Thank you so much for joining us today. Here's a look at this week's Community Health Calendar. Welcome to 12 to Your Health. I'm Dr. Derek DeSilva. Well, flowers have many healing properties. Last week we spoke to Amy Cohen, a practitioner from the Emotional Health at Strongest Minds, LLC, who introduced us to the medicinal power of plants. Today we're going to be talking about how flower remedies can help people dealing with behavioral issues. Thank you so much for joining us once again.
Thanks for having me.
So just a quick recap from last week. How does this work? What do these flower remedies do?
Okay, these are plant extracts, and they come from all over the world. And all of these different plants and flowers have different healing capabilities that are very powerful.
So when we talk about children, I mean, there are so many different drugs and things that are used on children today. Is there a role for these flower remedies with children, and how do we use them?
Yes, and it's a very powerful role. They're really quite amazing. So the way that we do use them is based on what the issues are, what the children's challenges are. We choose the right remedies, and you could go online and find all of this out yourself. And you pick the remedies that will help your child, and you give it to them in a spray, put it in the bath, put it on their wrists, however you want to give it to them.
But, and I want to make this very clear, and I wanted to make sure that we brought this up again from last week. This is not something you drink. These are things, as you said, for the bath, for your, you apply it to the skin. Correct? I mean, can you just elaborate on that a little bit?
You can, but you can also put them in drinks, in whatever it is that you are drinking, orange juice, whatever it is, to get it in as well. That's how I use it. But a lot of us, depending on how you want to use it, there are so many ways to get it in. For people that are it's hard to get to, we put it in shampoo, many ways.
Right, so here are some of the behavioral challenges and some of the traumas, and here's some of the remedies. Can we start talking about these things like cherry plum from Bach flower?
That is an awesome remedy, and it's to help our kids stay in control. I mean, we use this for adults as well, but sometimes it's very hard to stay in control.
Mountain devil. Sounds bad, but is good, I'm sure.
That's about anger, bullying, jealousy, to reverse that.
And red helmet. I've never heard of these.
It's awesome. It's about authority in school, being more respectful, and it also helps a dad and their child's bond.
So broom? Did I say that
about
right?
Organization, about feeling better.
Okay. So doing this whole thing, parents can buy these things, they can apply them, they can put them in their drinks, they can put them in their baths. What kind of effects have you seen with this?
Amazing effects. Children that were really in trauma and children that are really struggling come out of it because you're just out of balance. That's where all this comes from. When you are feeling negative or no confidence, you're out of balance and you just get moved right back into balance.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today. That is excellent information. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
And once again, if you have any questions that you'd like to ask, please email them to me at 12dhealth@news12.com or head over to my Facebook page and post your question there. Folks, there's so much great information that we share with you here every day. Those questions are important to us, so we'd love to hear from you. Once again, thank you so much for joining us today. Here's a look at this week's Community Health Calendar.